And here we are back here once again with my commentary audio track for Lyoko, the new Abridged series, episode 4. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, but I did say that, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last commentary Abridged episode from 3, but I said that this episode was very bad, very, very bad, because you hardly have any dialogue. And oh, there's that intro. Here's my favorite intro again, Hawaii 5-0. But this one is the worst episode because you barely have any talking here. There's no dialogue. There's hardly any dialogue. There's probably at least like 3 to 6 lines of freaking damn dialogue. And then for the rest of the time, it's just fucking music. And as you can see right there, it says the bad and sucky version of A World Without Danger, which, in case if you all didn't know, that was actually the original version of the show's theme song, which was not used in the show, thank God. And another thing I'd like to point out for Lyoko's ill is that Tamiya is recording, and the recording timing has not even changed. It still says 0.
Stop playing that bad Lyoko theme song.
It shouldn't say that at all.
Not better than you know that.
And we got some more we got some audio here. I mean, some audio, not talking to audio, but you know, there's more of that. There's the more audio going on. There's more of that there. I mean, there's nothing to say about this episode. I mean, this episode was trash. Teddy Godzilla Box Revenge. Oh, yeah. Yeah. About that title, it says Teddy Godzilla Box Revenge. Now, actually, my other friend that I went to school with, named Tom Bach, I actually asked him. I kind of asked him as a joke if I can put his last name in this Abridged episode title, like as a joke, and he was okay with it. And I even what is with the iPad? Anyway, I asked Tom if I could put his last name in, as a joke. And he said, yeah, sure. And I even showed him this episode when I was at his house a while ago. And he kind of found it funny. Now, this joke right here is kind of fucking messed up. Like, Jeremy says, allow me to program you a vagina. Like, I apologize to anyone who finds that. I apologize to any women that didn't find that joke funny. It was supposed to be a joke. I know, it's a stupid joke, but I apologize to all women who watch this. And there's Xana's first appearance, and the song that's playing right here, Bad Boy. I really like this song here, but it's not appropriate for this show. And basically, that's what's going on throughout this entire episode. There has not been a single laugh at all in this damn episode. Nothing is going on.
All right, Mr. Bear.
Now we have some dialogue between Millie and Nano Teddy Bear. And we have the Blue Oyster song playing yet again. That, if you don't remember, I played that back in episode 1. And, well, I actually played this back in episode 1's revamped, I should say. Not the original one. Oh god, some more random fucking music. From Lady Gaga this time. I don't remember the name of the song here, but it's terrible. Anyway, now we got some Blue Oyster here yet again playing, and you have Xana watching Sissy like a pervert motherfucker, which I don't know if the writers thought that was funny. I don't know if the writers, I don't know if the writers of this show are basically trying to tell people it's okay to be a pervert motherfucker and watch women get undressed. I honestly I don't know if they're trying to think that it's a joke. Anyway, you're about to see something else that is actually questionable. And no, it's right here. Sissy scratching her ass. And my question is, why did she do that? Because that was actually the show itself. Just letting you all know, it was the actual show that they had her scratching her ass. I didn't do it. This was not the Abridged. This was the actual show itself. If you have not watched Teddy Godzilla, then you better go watch it. But other than that, if those of you who had seen this episode, then you all should know what I'm talking about. And now we have some more dialogue here. And basically, this episode is a piece of shit. It's a piece of trash. It really is. There's hardly any talking. There's hardly any talking. There's hardly anything going on at the moment. And so this is what I basically said in the last episode of this show. This is what I kind of said. I said that starting with this episode was bad. It was bad because you basically had
What do you say, asshole?
no talking, no dialogue or anything, just fucking music playing. 5 and 6, they kind of have that same issue as well, but not like this one, but not like this episode. 5, like in episode 5, for example, we get out good, but it gets back to being bad. I mean, with more music and all that shit. Episode 6 is kind of similar like that, just a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of just like that. 6 is similar like this one, a little bit, but it does at least have dialogue. And 7, it does have dialogue too, but it's still kind of like, bad. And then 8, on the other hand, episode 8, we do get back to being good on that one because we do get a lot more dialogue than before. We get more dialogue. And basically, and then we get to episode 9, which that is the one with the bulldozers. That's the one with the bulldozers. And
I know it when I see it.
I basically, and I just gotta give this advice to you guys. If you guys plan to make an abridged series like me, don't try to use the bulldozers and bring them into it, because you're not gonna get the bulldozers to work. Believe me. You're not gonna get the bulldozers to work. It's not gonna be funny. Trust me on that. I tried it, and there's even Dumb Lyoko's version. There's this other Lyoko Abridged show called Dumb Lyoko, and they did an episode with the bulldozers, and honestly, their version with the bulldozers is way better than my version. And I gotta give the people who did Dumb Lyoko and who did the bulldozer episode for that one, I gotta give them credit for making it funny, just a little bit. Because I did find it a little funny, but painfully average at the end. But most of the time, painfully average, but I found it funny. But for my version with the bulldozers, my version is bad. I mean, literally bad. You literally have talking, but most of the time it's just fucking music. And as you guys just saw right there, there's another arrow right there. There was, all the Lyoko ID cards had all pictures of Odd, which that shouldn't be the case. It should all be, the other cards should be Yumi, Aelita, and Auric, not just Odd. And so, yeah, I mean, Now we got the Blue Oyster playing once again. Odd and Aelita on Lyoko trying to search for the tower. And basically this is just music going on right now. There's nothing really interesting happening. Like, there's a lot of questions that you should be asking, like, what the fuck is going on? But anyway, yeah. Episode 9, for my version, the show is bad because you do have some talking a bit, but it's mainly because that one has the bulldozers on my version, and my version with the bulldozers is just bad. I mean, if you watch Dumb Lyoko's version with the bulldozers, even their version with the bulldozers is better than mine. But yeah, 9 was... So basically, the first 9 episodes were pretty much bad and god-awful. But then when we get to episode 10, the show actually gets better and it actually gets more funnier. When we get to episode 10, the show gets funnier and it gets more... It gets more... Like, the show goes more popular... The show gets more popular and it gets more funnier. And, basically, that's about it. And that's about it. That's... Because... Sorry. But basically, that's about it with the episode 10. That's about it with the Abridged series. I mean, because starting at episode 10 onward, the show gets much more better. It gets more popular. I mean, especially the next episode after episode 10, which is 10.5. That's the episode where my friend Colin Earl comes in and does the voice of Jeremy. And I have to say, he did a really great job for that episode. He did a really great job. He really did. And I like him doing the voice of Jeremy because he actually plays the part well. Then you have my friend Isaiah, who he came into the show. He came into the series after episode 11. After episode 11. And yeah, actually, episode 11. That's when he came into the series, and he does the voice. And he originally did the voice. He does the voice of both Odd and Xana. As I stated back in episode 1 and 2, I said that I don't do the voice of Odd anymore because I fucking hated doing the Italian voice of Odd. So I asked my friend Isaiah if he wanted to come in and play Odd, and he said sure. Since he has seen the show and he knows how to make Odd funny. But anyway, yeah, that's about it technically, because starting at episode 10 onward, the show does get funnier, gets more clever, but really it's episode 10.5 and episode 11 is when the show actually gets more popular and more funnier, because you have Isaiah and you have my friends Colin Earl and Isaiah Slack. They are helping out with the show. Now they're helping out with the show. And since those 2 episodes had aired, they have done a very great job. Now, as I was saying, originally Isaiah was now I have Isaiah doing the voices, not just of Odd, but I also have him doing the voices of Xana and William. But however, originally about the voice of William, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on when we get to episode 12, because when we get to episode 12, by the time we got to episode 12, my other friend named Ashton James, that I played with on the Xbox, he watched this Abridged series and asked me if he could join and help out, and I allowed him. And basically, he said he wanted to do the voice of William, and so he did the voice of William from episodes 12 to 15. And then that was it. So that's about 4 episodes. And then after that, I had Isaiah go back and do the voice of William as well. So he and I are basically the only ones doing 3 character voices. Well, anyway, guys, we're about to come into the ending of these Lyoko new Abridged series commentary episode 4. Thank you for watching. See you all for episode 5.